really, I don't have any injuries to announce to you. I mean, everybody that was banged up is good to go now. So Justin and Ware, they'll be ready to go. So we look forward to the challenge of playing Pittsburgh. We know they're a good football team. We had an opportunity to play them in the season, and they got after us pretty good. So we understand how good they are. We watched the game yesterday, so they played pretty good there too. So look forward to that challenge. Time's yours.
What's the plan with Justin Houston this week?
Yeah, well, just practice and see how he does. Yeah,
Everything's good?
yeah, yeah. We'll see how he does.
Do you anticipate Justin with Lillard starting this week?
We'll see. I mean, we'll see how that works. I mean, he's had a couple good weeks of practice, and then we'll just see how he does here.
You guys are back on the building. You get a sense of how much the bye week helped them and just kind of where they're at right now mentally?
Yeah, no, I think they're excited to get back to work and get going. It's an exciting time of the year. So we had practice today, and they did good with that, and
Obviously, it's better.
a lot of energy. So.
Obviously, it's better. Locker room really doesn't need much, pick me up or whatever. So, would you have to use last game against Pittsburgh as motivation to get these guys going?
No, I mean that's not. They were there, and they know what Pittsburgh's all about. So you don't have to say much.
Just a bad night, Andy, or were there some matchups there that you got a lot of matchups there you got to fix for this week, this time?
Yeah, they're a good team. So I mean, we got to make sure that we block and tackle and do the things that you have to do at this time of the year. And we didn't play very well that day. That game.
In what ways, Andy, do you feel like this team has improved or matured or better prepared since the first time you played?
Yeah, I think you have to get in the game and you got to play it to see. I mean, it's I'm not much on the predictions and that stuff or comparisons. They're probably a little different. We're probably a little different. I mean, we'll just see. We'll go out and we'll play them and see how we do.
What's the best way to contain Le'Veon Bell in this game?
Yeah, that's probably a question that most defensive coordinators have been asked and coaches. So he's a good player. He's got a unique style about him. That delay to get to the line of scrimmage, and it's been effective for him. It really, he's the only one that does it. So it's unique, and you gotta. The obvious thing is you got to contain him and take care of your gaps for sure.
Is he the most patient runner that you've seen?
Most patient I've ever seen. Yeah. I mean, it's a unique style, one that he's kind of created. So, yeah.
You watched the game yesterday, I assume?
I did.
What did you think as you were watching that unfold?
I thought they played well. A good football team. I think I'm not going to slight the Dolphins either. I mean, the Dolphins had a good game against them down in Miami, and Pittsburgh came back and had a nice game plan in place, and they probably be the first ones to tell you got to take care of the ball, you got to block and tackle well, and you got to play well. They're a good football team.
That game started similarly to the one you guys had down there. Is there anything about getting off to a fast start, particularly against these guys?
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, you're there are only a few teams remaining right now that are playing, so they're all good football teams, and I think that's an important thing to know. So you've got to play good football. You got to do what got you here, and there's not a lot of room for error. That's just not what this time of the year is about. And you got to have good line play, right, both sides of the ball, and it's that's what you get at this time of the year. So.
I know right now at this point you got to focus on this game Sunday, and I understand that. But some of the stuff that happened yesterday, I am curious from your point of view. Dorsey's in the last year of his deal, but how important is the continuity you guys have between you and him? It seems like you've done a really good job kind of keeping all those guys together. How's that helped this organization over the last 4 years?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about contract. I mean, you guys, you had a week off, so you get to talk about all that stuff. I don't think Doris or I even think about that, to be honest with you. We're lucky that we have an opportunity to work here and feel very privileged to be here. So, But I know it's part of the business. I'll answer the second part of that with the continuity part. It's great that we've been able to keep people together here, players and coaches and front office, and it all starts with Clark. So we've all been able to stay together and help build something, and I think that's been, that's been a tribute to Clark.
Hey, in a similar vein, Coach, I don't expect you to respond to anything about the stuff that's come out about Ballard either, but just from you had a chance to work with him 4 years now. And what stands out to you about what he's done here and how he's helped you guys?
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, he's good. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to get in. Let's talk some football. I don't.
As a competitor, do you like the idea of facing a team again that you had played early in the season and lost to? Just the competitive side.
Well, listen, I don't mind it. It's part of it. You kind of have that in your division. We have some pretty good teams in the AFC West, so we've been presented with that challenge, just like Pittsburgh has been presented with that challenge in their conference. So it's I like the challenge of playing against a good football team. That's what I like, and I get excited about that. So.
How do you try to prepare Alex for all the different disguises that Pittsburgh's defense throws at you?
Well, it's like every team has that. So that's part of this game. And then you get yourself ready for their package. And, it's complicated, but not as complicated as you might think it is from the outside. They've got to keep it somewhat coordinated there just so they can function at the level that they function at and at that pace. So they don't dilute it. And sometimes blitzing gets, when a team is a blitz-oriented team, everybody thinks, well, they blitz every down. The good blitzing teams normally pick and choose when they do it. They normally have a small package, and they study your protections and then design it up to go there. So.
In your time with Alex Smith in the playoffs, does something change about him? He's had some of his best games of his career in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, I think he's had a good year. So but I would agree with you. He's had some good games in the playoffs. He's a competitive guy. I think he loves the situation. But I tell you, done a pretty good job this year too. So I have a lot of respect for the quality quarterback play that he played this year.
What has Macklin's season been like to this point on the field? And also the second part of that, what's the value he's brought to the locker room?
Yeah, so he brought a certain edge that I thought a competitive edge that he does in his play, challenges people. The defender doesn't shy away from anything. I think he loves the game, and he's smart on and off the field. He's smart. He's a smart guy, period. So I think he's brought that to not only that position, but to our offense. And then what kind of year? I think he's had a good year. He's banged up just a little bit, so but he's overcome that, and I think he's playing good football. He had a real good game last week, and
I've talked to you a lot about the fun you kind of have putting together game plans, and I was a little curious about the process of that for you during the bye week. You've had a lot of success heading into the second weekend of the playoffs with the bye. Is it just as simple as you having more time to watch more games, or like how does that change for you when you've got that bye to prepare for that next opponent?
yeah, I had good players and good coaches. That's not a big secret. I've been very fortunate to have good players and good coaches. So.
But Coach, you don't really change up anything. It doesn't give you. Is that an accurate, at least, assumption that you just get to watch more tape? Is that part of that too, or not really?
Well, you do. I mean, by time, yeah, you do. Yeah, I'd say that. By time you get to see a little bit more, but you still the other things are important too.
Couple more guys. Jeremy Macklin had said last week that he talked a little bit about his up and down season this year. Do you feel like this is the time you're getting the best version of him?
I think he feels good. I think he's healthy, and that you saw that last week. He just he had a couple little nagging things, and I think he feels pretty good right now.
You've been to playoffs quite a few times over the years. What is it about this time of the season that you enjoy and makes your job fun?
Yeah, I think the competitiveness, the opportunity to play against the best. You love that. That's why we do this. I think as players, they probably, if you really dug in there, they'd tell you the same thing. It's an opportunity to play against the best, and it's an honor to be in this position as a coach and a player. So you've worked hard. Now you're here, and now you get to even work a little bit harder. So to go up against these great teams.
Andy, with the way your schedule played out there in November and December, do you feel like the situations they got put in, the mentality they had to play with, made them battle tested for what they'll face this upcoming week?
Yeah, well, I think every week you builds a foundation. Whether you win or lose, you develop something as a team, take something away from the game that helps develop the personality of the team. So, yeah, I'd tell you that. Yeah.
Last one, BJ.
Heard someone say once before that Chiefs fans don't come to a game to watch; they come to participate. Just what kind of impact could they legitimately have in a game like this?
Yeah, well, I mentioned that the other day. That I love bringing teams in here, and now a playoff game. I mean, it was rocking and rolling, that Dallas game where they set the decibel record on fire and ground was shaking. I can't wait for this one. They'll be here and they'll do their part. It's important that we focus in right now and take care of ours, and they'll show up, rain, snow, it doesn't matter. They'll be there, and that's exciting. It's an exciting thing.
All right, thank you guys.